So here's how to integrate to a client's CRM via Webhooks by Zapier. Now, the first step is to collect this information from the client. So you can see in this email thread that we're simply asking for API details. Let us know API credentials and we'll integrate and send a test lead. So here are the API details, and then we're going to use Bobby Sadian as the example because that's already set up. And then we're going to use Jed Strong as the new integration that we'll set up live here. Okay, so the first step is just click on this blue plus sign on whatever Zap that you're working on to add an action. And then you're just going to use Webhooks by Zapier. And then it's usually going to be a post. They'll define it in whatever details they send over, but in this case, in 99% of the situations, it's going to be a post. So if we go back over here and choose post, and then click continue, and then the URL here, and if we look at Bobby Sadian's, just so we can kind of see how this is set up, you can see the URL is pasted here, and we'll go through this on Jed's, but essentially we're just going to copy and paste this URL right there, and then for this, it looks like it's going to be form. They say multi-part / form data, so we're going to use form there. For Sadian, I believe we use JSON, so they'll specify in the API details that they send over, which will be in the email or the client communication. And then the field name, so, and this should give you an example as well. So field name, it's just going to be this. And then you're basically just going to copy in all of these field names. And to add another item, you just click on this plus sign. Field name phone. Field name email. Summary, and these are all the required fields. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to add in the values. So we're just going to define these values essentially. And we're going to enter in the first name. We're going to select last name. So we're just matching these up, first name, last name, and it's from step 1. So you can actually just search this as well. Phone number, email, and then the summary is this, just the situation. There we go. Perfect. So now that that's set up, let's go ahead and continue. And it looks like we don't need any headers or anything like that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It'll tell you, it'll specify whether or not you do, in which case you would just include the headers there, just like we have it. Actually, we don't have it with Sadian. So in the majority of the cases, you will not have to enter in these headers. It's literally just these values and then the URL and then the payload type, which is going to be either form or JSON. Okay, and you just either hard code these in depending on the details that they tell you, or you define it based on the values of the form that the lead is actually filling in. In this case, the web source, this is going to be hard coded in because it's always going to be cases on demand. And this is just specific to their CRM. So the majority of the integrations will just require the basic fields, but in some cases, the clients may want to specify specific data points, and then they'll give you those data points in the email. Okay. So now that we have let's skip tests for now because I want to make sure that the most up-to-date lead is in there. Let's see. Load more. Oop. Okay, no worries. So that may be the only lead in there. So in that case, we are just going to go ahead and test that action. And looks like the success is true and the opportunity ID is 273. So now to finish this out, oops, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this success message, and then I'm just going to reply to the email thread here. Let's open up the support email. And let's go ahead and reply to Jed directly. Hi, Jed. We can confirm the API integration is now set. See screenshot. And then we'll just ask them to confirm on there. Please confirm receipt of opportunity ID. Cool. So he actually just replied in real time. We got that test lead. Thanks, guys. So perfect. I'll just respond. Or that's actually, we're good to go. So now that that's done, we're just going to turn on the Zap. And now we have successfully integrated to the client's CRM via API using Webhooks by Zapier, specifically a post action. Okay. Any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.